Good evening. Welcome back to Conversations with the OGs. I'm Andre. We have a special guest with us, Nisi.
And I'm Ball.
Today, the topic is
Choices and consequences.
choices and consequences. I'm sorry. All right, who want to start off?
Well, I dig into it. What choices and consequences look like, I believe that everything boils down to a choice you made, and no matter what choice you made, good or bad, it's going to be consequences behind it. Just like if you decide just to go to work in order to get money so that you can pay your bills, the consequence is you being taken away from your family or other things that you may want to do. So that's what choices and consequences look like to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I believe choices in life, it affects your everyday life and it come back to you in full circle. So, in my opinion, you have to be conscious of everything that you do every day.
Decisions. My situation, it ain't even my situation. I just feel like the way we grew up and the time we grew up, it was a little bit different. We was able to do things without a lot of consequences because the way we grew up and who we grew up around, we kind of was like we would steer each other away from certain bullshit and certain things. We would consider the banana, like going out there and killing somebody and doing this and that, just on some bull crap. Now you got friends like the younger generation. They hype each other up for stuff, not thinking about the consequences that's gonna come behind it. So that's like sitting around all day bull crapping, not getting a job. You got people hyping somebody up to go beat somebody up. And remember they used to do the World Star? Somebody be videotaping you before they hype you up to go over there, kick somebody's ass. And then they fuck around and get killed. So to me, it's just like, it's different then and now. But for every consequence, there's definitely going to be some
Yeah, because my cousin, it happened to my cousin of mine. He had gotten into a fight. He's really good with his hands, and I was telling him, I say, man, listen, you pretty good with your hands, man. You should probably be in somebody's gym because you gonna fuck around and hurt somebody. 2 months later, he socked a guy. He fell, hit his head on the curb, and died. He had to go to prison for that. So it just happened. You make a choice. You good at doing something, and you execute what you good at. Sometimes that can be a bad thing. I mean, you can fight real good. You hurt people. They got places for people that enjoy hurting people. Prison. Like now, you got kids that's they highlight bullshit. Like I remember at first they was doing them snatch and grabs. And how they come and bust the glass open and snatch stuff and run out the store.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is cool when somebody telling you, "Come on, we finna go and do this." Say, wait a minute. If we get caught, that's a felony, ain't it? We can go to jail for that. It's a better chance for you to get caught in this day and time than you getting away with it. Because cameras is everywhere. People got iPhones, they got camera phones, you got cameras, you got them doorbell ringers. And now the city and state is putting cameras up in neighborhoods. So I think the consequences behind people action is much greater when we was kids because it's eyes everywhere.
It's just crazy because I remember a long time ago, you was like, I had to stop doing certain things because I didn't have 10 or 15 years to give. The consequences with this what comes with it. When we was out there doing our thing, whatever, we knew the consequences, but we didn't really care because the money was great and we just did the neighborhood we grew up in, we grew up seeing a lot of motherfuckers making money. And when you grow up seeing people making money, you don't want to be the one that's poor. When you see people eating good, dressing good, and going to work at McDonald's and all that shit. See, but the time has changed. It's more motherfuckers acting like they doing good and then actually doing good. You know what I mean? So with people glorifying, okay, the consequences, like now, you got people rapping about you can't even get no validity or no, you know what I mean? You get street cred by rapping about going to prison and all that shit. So when these kids go out there and do all this recklessness, this reckless stuff, they think, well, fuck it, I'll go sit down, this, and that. But it's a difference between how somebody rap about going to prison like my cousin's there and it's gonna be good, than when you actually get up in that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So they looking at the videos and all these rappers, oh, the consequence, you're gonna be up here with your cousins and I'm gonna be in prison running shit. And when you actually go to prison, you gotta piss and shit when they want you to. You eating this bullshit. You might be in there if you ain't whoever like you really is or cut like that, you're gonna be somebody bitch in there. You know what I mean? So they not thinking about them type of consequences. You go up in there, might be going in there for 5 or 10 years. You got some guys and they ain't never getting out of that motherfucker. Now you his girlfriend.
And not only that, can you imagine a young man going to jail at 17? You don't even know what you should be doing far as a man. You got grown men in prison waiting on fresh meat.
Young boy.
You come in at 16, 17 years old, you ain't running shit.
Mm-hmm.
You go fuck around, like you said, get ran. Somebody gonna be running up in you because they know you don't know no better. They come in, they offer you treats, they offer you candy bars. You know what? Put their arm around you. I got you, little bro. I got you. Listen, all that means something in jail.
Yep.
So when you do criminal things now, all I'm saying is think about the consequences. Don't think about, everybody is highlighting what they can get away with. I'm saying cameras everywhere. Everybody got a camera in their pocket. Somebody can record you, not even aware of it. I'm just saying it's a good chance you won't get away with whatever, in this day and time, as far as something that's criminal. If you choose to sell drugs, you know what comes with it. As long as you're okay with what comes with it. Don't be quick to get nobody else in trouble because you want your time knocked down. I don't think that's right.
They got a new saying called stand on business. So if you telling you ain't standing on business.
Let me ask the both of y'all this. Do y'all really believe like this generation of children that's growing up now, do you really believe that they even think about consequences?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. Seem like they just do stuff to be doing it. Like
Sometimes they doing it just be doing it, but sometimes with the way it is now, with the drug addict parents, all that, if a motherfucker growing up and they not eating, they dirty. I see little kids at the gas station all the time. That shit fucks with me because I grew up tough. I mean, rough. A lot of us grew up rough, but we get out there and shovel snow, cut grass, paper out, whatever. Now these kids, that's not going to be enough. And then if you got a paper route, you're not getting paid today. You see what I'm saying? They need some money like right here and right now. So if he may be the oldest brother at the gas station pumping gas, he got to go back feed him and his brothers. You see what I'm saying? So when I be seeing little kids like at the gas station, it's fucked up. And I understand in that situation, because when you in a situation like that, you're not even thinking about the consequences. You're thinking about I'm fucked
surviving.
up and I got to survive.
Yeah.
So it's like a wheel there. It sounds like to me, the kids pay for the mistakes that their parents made.
Yeah.
And if a woman getting pregnant, a young girl getting pregnant, let's say at the age of 15, 16 years old, she's setting that kid up for failure because she can't teach that kid shit because she don't really know shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody quick to be running. Oh, I'll keep your child while you go to school and get your... No, everybody out for themselves. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing for free.
Some of us are a product of that, though. Like not having an idealistic parents, and it puts you in a situation where you have to be the bigger brother or the sister, and have some structure to teach your brothers and sisters because that parent is absent. And I was a single mother of 2 kids. I have a son and a daughter. That's all I instilled in them. I didn't care that they didn't have their fathers there. I just knew I had to be the best mother I could be to them to show them that structure that I might not have got when I was younger.
So what do you think you had got your lesson from to even develop those skills to have that structure if it wasn't given to you?
Well, I had a grandmother that I seen that was one of them people that stood on business. I watched her and I learned things from her. So seeing how she was like a businesswoman, she owned a lot of homes or whatever, she kept her house clean or whatever. I just looked at those factors and I knew I wanted to do more than that with my kids. You know, I wanted to be a mother, like showing some nurturing and stuff and affection and showing them what it's like to be in a stable home, even though their fathers wasn't there. But I did the best that I could with them, and they both turned out okay. My son not in jail. My daughter was smart. You know, it's more things I wish I could have done, but it was a choice that I made.
So looking back, and you realize the power of choices and consequences. What you think you would have done different?
As far as raising my kids, or when I was in that mode to take care of my brothers and sisters?
Well, when you was in, I guess when you was in the mode and you said, well, I'm grown, I'm going to do what I want to do. Without realizing the consequences behind your choices.
Well, when I was in that mode, it was just like a drive for me. I had to push myself because I didn't want them to ever go without. Like, without lights, gas, food, water, electricity. I never wanted my kids to see none of that. Something that I experienced when I was younger.
So as a black woman, single female, did that have any long-term effect as far as consequences? Or was it all just short-term effect?
I think short-term, because I don't have time. Well, I didn't have time to dwell on it. You know, I made the choice to have 2 kids. I got to take care of them. So it wasn't a long-term effect. It was just, for me, I feel like I'm a person, like, when my back is against the wall, it's a drive for me to overcome it. I never sit there and struggle and feel defeated or none of that. It's just a thing for me to keep going. Like, even though my kids is gone right now, life happens, things happen. But I never sit there and sulk in whatever I'm going through. I keep going.
I think that's just the last of our generation, how we grew up.
Yeah.
Even if something going on, we still get it every day. Like, I've never been the person, wait till I get to my last dollar and then try to figure some shit out. I can have $1 billion right now and I'm still going to try to figure out how to get $1.1 billion, $1.2 billion. I think it's like we're the last of that generation. It's not like everybody, all the generations after us, they don't have that. If they do have that drive, it's very little. It's a very little amount of them. So like it goes back to the consequences. You sit around all day, you don't go to work, you don't hustle, you don't do this, and you just sit on the couch all day. When they come take your car, when they kick you out, when your kids get taken because they ain't been going to school and all type of shit. People have to literally look at every avenue and do better. And I mean, like, I look at us as a black culture. I remember reading the shit about the Black Wall Street and all that. How everybody was united, having businesses and circulating the money all together. And we don't do that no more. All our money is circulated with everybody else but us. So the consequences of not working together, not spending money with each other, trying to bring each other up. Now we like the worst, not the worst, but I don't think we ever grow together. You know, we got a few different organizations, a few people trying to build the black culture up. But when you got 10% trying to do and the other 90% not fucking with you or not dealing with you or not promoting you or not helping you, it's not going anywhere.
Do you even think sometimes it's even worth making any choice at all? Do you think it's just sometimes the best thing to do is nothing?
No, I think that's the worst thing to do is
Yeah.
nothing. It only can get worse if you
It's
just
gonna
sit
end
still
bad.
on your hands. And then when something happens like that, I think it pushes you to make irrational, drastic decisions. If somebody sit here and say, you know what, I ain't going to work because they not paying me right, this and that, I'm going to sit here and wait till I get another job. It might take 5-6 months to get the job you're looking for. So now they constantly taking your money. So now, okay, you in a situation they're coming to take your car tomorrow. You need to get this money tomorrow, or else. So now you going out there with the robbery, thinking I could just get away with it this one time, shit like that. I don't never want to be in a position where I got to think like tomorrow is the day. It's either tonight or it's over. I don't never want to be in that position.
Well,
So,
Dre, you had rap. You rap. You was in the rap game for a while.
mhm.
So, do you think just entertainment, like rap, sports plays a major part in people thinking they can just do what they want to do, and the consequences not real?
I do, and I look at it like this. Like back in the days when we was rapping, we was coming up. I remember before color TVs was out, we had black and white, some old fat ass TVs and stuff. So you got to think it wasn't a lot of visual. You know what I mean? A person couldn't be sitting there telling you how they doing this and doing that and showing you the pictures and showing the visual back then when rap first started. Now everybody that's rapping, they got a 7, 8 chains on, looking like they making a lot of money. They all got guns. I ain't gonna lie, like I see a lot of videos where people got the nice cars, the guns, the jewelry, the women. It's like a pattern. In order to sell, you gotta have the Maybachs, the whatever the fuck cars, these chains on these women. You gotta be holding some guns and just for somebody to buy your music. You don't have a lot of artists no more like you got maybe like Drake, he do that. He ain't into the guns and shit. To Kendrick and maybe like the Outkast back when they was the other 85% promoting the image. And my thoughts, if I look at them guys, I'll be like, nah, this nigga ain't never did that. But he got to portray that image, and you really think this guy's like that. Guys.
So you got all these black men, because most rappers are black. Mm-hmm. That's popular anyway. Mm-hmm. They understand. You know, I hear them say something about a switch, these guns with the switches on it. They got this and that. You know, if you get caught with a switch, you through.
10 of it. That's federal right there.
So my question is, if you're a black man, why are you promoting things that you know go get the people that's your customers locked up? To me, it doesn't make any sense.
It does. It makes perfect sense because they not giving a fuck about what happened to little Larry or little Ray Ray. They just want to sell. They just want to make some money to get their family out their situation. You got to put it back to when we was in the streets hustling. We didn't think about damn little Kiki, you know, smoking crack. Now motherfucker like do little Kiki got some money. We thinking about it's a choice right there. It's a consequence of action. Either you choose your music and your family, or you choose whoever you selling this music to. You see what I'm saying? If I know trap music and this gangster shit is selling, I ain't gonna come out here with no Jesus rap.
So you just saying they forced to make that type of music in order.
If that's the lane they go in, they ain't even gotta make music. They can go get a goddamn degree. They can play football, basketball. But if that's all they know how to do, and that's the lane they gonna go in, they gonna go with sales. You see what I'm saying?
Well, like Kendrick, he's one of the hottest rappers. He don't talk like that.
But he's lyrical. It's a guy I was listening to. I just got up on him maybe like last 2 weeks. A guy named Boss Man D-Lo. He ain't very lyrical, but the certain shit he talk about is sweet, and the beats are sweet. But the nigga talk about whipping and kush, all that street shit. You see what I'm saying? If you looked at this nigga, you would like, nah, this nigga won't really get no money. Big fat ass, goofy looking nigga, but the nigga is kind of popping. You see what I'm saying? So it's like everything, it goes back to the choices, the consequences, the actions. Niggas choose to get in the street. Motherfuckers choose to rap. Motherfuckers choose to play football. It's all about making the best making the best decision at that time to get yourself out of whatever you in. Like, we grew up fucked up, you know what I mean? We can tell a story a million times, but all the time while I was hustling, all the time I was in the streets, I paid myself that out of my pocket, paid myself to go to barber school, heating and cooling, fucking what else I did? Truck driving school. I did all this shit out of my pocket because I knew it was a means to an end. I didn't want to be in the streets all my life. I know what come with it. I lost my uncles. These niggas was like my heroes. I lost them in the streets. So I tried to make my money, and while I was making my money, I always tried to exit strategy. You see what I'm saying?
So I'm not really sure what's the ends to choices and consequences, because it seems like don't matter. Whatever you decide to do, you go pay. You go pay one way or another.
Yeah.
You go to school to get a degree, you know what? You go struggle. You know what I'm saying? You got to still pay your bills. You got to still pay for your books. And if you got kids, that's a double whammy. Because now you got to pay somebody. Ain't nobody babysitting for free. Ain't nobody finna be feeding your kids for free. But you doing it to get to a better place. Don't nobody care about the better place.
Right.
Yeah, and it just seemed like to me right now, even family members, everybody want to get paid. It ain't like how it was when we was a kid. People did stuff when we was a kid out of the love.
Right.
You know what? Oh, I
So
see
they
you
have a
trying to do
village.
something. Just drop them off.
Right.
Like then you can drop. Now that's over with. You got mothers now that's grandmothers, and they in their 40s. They ain't finna be babysitting nothing. She thinking about going down to the club down there that's pumping. So she ain't finna keep it. So that means you just out. It looks like to me right now, the kids these days, if they don't have no type of structure, they don't have a strong person in their corner, they doomed.
Dollars, the dollar, the value of a dollar has turned everybody against each other. Now I'm gonna give you an example. Think about when we grew up in a neighborhood together. We all was poor. We didn't know we was poor.
Right.
We played together. We shared. You might have a bike. You let me ride your bike and all that. We did all that shit together. Now, not all black people, but a few black people may have came to a few dollars. I've got a good job, and now they start feeling like I'm better than you. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you can't go down there and play with little Rico. He ain't got no car. They ain't got no furniture. Something. It's like we wasn't taught like that. We didn't. We was never brought up like that. Now this is what they giving us. You not equal. You got to think about, okay, you light skinned, you dark. You know what I mean? Everything, we always fed some bullshit that divides us. So this where it all comes from. We being divided.
Yeah, because one time I remember I tried to sell some stuff to like a beauty salon store, and they made it real clear to me they don't even buy from people that look like me. You know what I'm saying?
But they'll sell it to you.
But they'll sell it to us, and you know what? That made me think. We are the only race that allow other races come into their community and get rich and don't give back. I mean, you look, it's beauty stores everywhere. They never ever have a free barbecue and give away hot dogs or nothing.
They will have a black person in there for the face just to say we got black people. They gonna have one or two. Yeah, they gonna be employees. They gonna have one or two motherfuckers there just to keep you to spend that money in there. Either they gonna be, you might have two people. One of them gonna be security, which is gonna be a guy, and it's gonna be a chick working behind the counter. And everybody else gonna be all Asian, and they gonna be all their family. So they gonna have just two people, black faces. It's kind of like having the ancient Jemima box. You're gonna have a black face on this box, but it's owned by white people. You see what I'm saying? That's just what it is, man.
So I believe the consequences behind that mindset is our community is being drained, financially drained. If you do the numbers on what black people spend on beauty products a year, you know, they spend billions of dollars. And I just believe if you got, you know, Chinese people, Asian people, whatever, making money in the community, they should have to give something back. And I think the consequences behind us keep spending our money with them and them not giving nothing back is like rewarding bad behavior.
But it's like I say, it still goes back. It's consequences, it's actions. If we keep spending and taking our money there and they not giving back, I mean, that's just what it is. It's like the only time we unite against something like that is like when somebody get killed at one of their stores, the gas station. Then I can't remember the name of that group of the black guys that be coming out with the guns and shutting places down and all that. We can do that after the fact. We need to be still doing that shit before, promoting this. Let's build together. Let's do this and that. But you know, you got a few people like we had the idea of coming up with trying to do something together, but sometimes it always be somebody watching the other person pocket. You know what I mean? We so worried about, is he getting more than me? Is they shining more than me? Is this, and that? And that's why another reason why we can't build and go nowhere, because everybody worried about another person. I've always been cool with either being Batman, Superman, or even Robin. It's never been if I'm number one or if I'm third. If I'm eating, my bills paid, my kids and everything is okay, I'm cool with that. Everybody don't want to be the backup. Some guys, if they can't be Sosa, they don't want to be a part of it. And it's crazy.
But it's so much money out here to get. it goes back to the choices and consequences. It's up to you how you gonna get it.
You definitely can get more as a team.
I agree. I totally agree.
So for far as the youth right now, what options you think they have for a chance at success?
They got a lot. I talked to listen. I've been trying to do this clothing stuff. I kind of slacked up on it because I wasn't getting the push like I thought I should get. It ain't even got to be from friends or family. Matter of fact, I would think the family would help you more than anybody, because you got to think. I was growing up, boy. I try to make sure if I got it, I done gave motherfuckers the last out of my pocket. That's the type of person I am. So if I ask you to sit here just share my jogging suit, I ain't ask you to buy it, share it, or take a picture, do something like that. That shouldn't be it. It should be easy. So with me, I got t-shirt equipment, all that. I always tell them, motherfucker, I say, listen, you can come over here, you can use this, start a hustle, come up with an idea, this, and that. Put you some t-shirts out. I ain't gonna charge you anything. All you need is to go buy you some t-shirts, whatever the price of the t-shirts is. Make your ideas and use your own material. I showed you, I can show you, or whatever. Instead of sitting here and say, you know what, I'm gonna go and take advantage of my cousin, my brother, uncle, whatever the fuck, motherfucker just say, no, all right. I've never been the type that didn't want to go out and hustle. I don't give a fuck what it was. I collect bottles, whatever the fuck I need to do to hustle. I always had the drive to have more and try to do other stuff. These younger generations, if it ain't in the field they want, just say like if a person is a gamer, if that's all they want to do, if a person want to do the podcast, if a person want to play football, if that don't happen for them, they don't know what else to do.
They ain't got a plan B
They
and
ain't
C.
got no plan B. You got to think about all them guys that got drafted in this last NBA draft and the people that didn't get drafted. What the fuck they gonna do now? You see what I'm saying? You gotta have a plan B, C, D.
I think the youth today got a way better advantage than what we did.
Better technology.
Yeah, technology, and it's a lot of colleges now. Like you can take college courses while you're in high school.
Mm.
Yeah, like the city of Detroit, I believe they have a program where the kids, I think is where in their senior year, or whatever, they can sign up to go to college for free.
Mm.
So they got it way better than what they just lazy.
Yeah.
And so, do you think one of the consequences behind a child being lazy should fall on the parent?
Somewhere, yeah.
I disagree, because the thing is this, it goes back to, like I was saying earlier, if you're not in the same house, so say if we had kids together, we broke up, we separated, you in this house, I'm in this house, I can be trying to enforce, go to school, this and that. If you enforcing something different, which parent you gonna blame it on? You see what I'm saying? It's really it's still got to be a self-motive. You still got to be self-motivated. Nobody had to make me get up and go to work. Nobody had to make me go do this and that. So I can't really fault the parent. What made me get out here, I grew up, I was wearing Gucci, Adidas, all that shit in elementary school because my uncles hustled. They made sure I was good. When my Uncle Rocky died and the Gucci and Adidas and all that shit stopped, I got out here in the street because I liked this. Nobody sit here and said, Dre, get out there and go do this. I could have said, you know what, fuck it. Now it's back to the pro kids or whatever the fuck, and just been cool with being broke. I self-motivated myself. No one should sit here and tell you, oh, you need to eat, your car note needs to be paid, you need rent, you need clothes or deodorant, and go out here and get a job. That's common sense shit. It ain't gonna happen sitting on the couch. So I don't think you can blame it on the parent.
That's why I said somewhat. I ain't say totally. I said somewhat. Because as a parent, I feel like when parent-teacher conference is. They get report cards. So you have to be on top of that. And not only that, when they coming home, you got to see what they doing. So if you got a kid just coming home not doing homework, you already know they're going to fail in school. If you're not going to parent-teacher conference, how you going to know what's going on with your child?
Mm.
So where do the consequences come in? Because we know how failure works. If you don't work, you don't eat.
Mm.
But how you going to apply that to a child?
cut shit off. Take them
Yeah, you have
games.
to be
You
punished.
want punishment. You gotta see the thing is they don't want to do the old school shit like we used to get punishments. Be in the house for the
And
summer in the room, no TVs,
spankings.
get our ass kicked,
Yes.
But
all
it's kind
type
of
of
hard
shit.
if the parent gone, cause you got to think most of these kids is having kids.
True.
By
Yeah.
the time they in the fifth grade, sixth grade, the parents is in their 30s.
Mhm.
They still having a ball, so they don't really have time to discipline the children. So if the kids is not being disciplined, they just growing up.
It depends. I'm gonna tell you like this. It depends who has the kids in that relationship. You got the person that's stern and you got the bullshit parent. Now if you got the stern parent and they with the stern parent, they gonna be somebody. If they with the bullshitting parent, then they gonna be slacking. Then you could have had on the other side, somebody could have been bullshitting. They smoking with they kids, now they kids on crack and all that type of shit. It's all about whoever the umbrella they up under. Like in your situation, your kids under your umbrella. So I'm quite sure they're gonna do great. You see what I'm saying? I've never had that option where they was all under me from the duration of their life. By me being an absent father because me and their moms didn't work out. So, you know what I mean? It falls on them generally. Because no matter what I try to steal in them, on the other side of town, if that person bitter, fuck what he talking about. You see what I'm saying? So, but I don't know, man.
So consequences to me is very important. What I'm battling with is applying consequences fairly. For instance, I use myself for instance, like my son right now, he's in college. They on break right now. He's on the fence about going back to school. He's not sure what he wants to do, but I made it perfectly clear. You have to do something. If something is not being done, how do consequences look from the parent perspective, applying it to the child by them want to live their life the way they feel fit?
You saying the parent want their child to live a certain type of lifestyle?
Well, of course, you always want the best for your child, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So, but if your child's saying, well, right now, I just need a break. I just need to chill. I don't want to do nothing right now. But that's the worst thing a child can do is stop, come to a halt.
Absolutely. I agree.
So what would consequences look like in that situation?
It's not gonna be pretty for sure because these kids gotta realize, like, look at the cost of living, for instance, right now, compared to what it was when we were coming up. They have to understand, like, it costs to live in this world and it's not cheap. So either you gonna go this avenue so you can have a good life, or you gonna be out here bad. And don't no parent want to see their kid out here bad in a messed up situation. I know I don't. Like, it would tear me to pieces if it came to that my kid out here homeless because they chose this path that they didn't have to choose, because I put you on this path to do right in life. So, but sometimes you have to show that tough love and show them, listen, hey, I helped you the best way I can. You take it from here, but still have their back though. What I mean by that is, because eventually they'll come around and you have to tell them, listen, okay, I'm gonna have your back as long as you're doing X, Y, and Z. But if you out here doing this, I can't help you because I don't want you to be a failure. If I'm helping you do some nonsense, you're going to be a failure. And that's not helping you, that's hurting you.
They not gonna listen to. I mean, even though we be telling the truth, they not gonna be hearing us. They gonna be thinking my
You
mom
against
or
them.
my dad against me. They on
Yeah.
some bullshit and fuck them. And then
But who they listening to
they
then?
listening to their friends,
The other
their
the
girlfriends,
rest
their
of- yeah.
mates, and everybody else around them. But the thing is this. All they got to do is look at everybody around them. This is the only thing, this is the realest thing I try to teach my kids. I try to teach my brothers. I tell them, I say, listen, everybody that you, when I consider a friend, a brother, I say, you know all of them. I say, boy, Diddy. I name all y'all names. I say, listen, I've been knowing them niggas forever. I say I can call them niggas if I need something, if it's financially, some assistance, a conversation. I say them niggas gonna stand up. Them niggas is not my friends, they're my brothers. I say y'all don't have a circle like that. If yo to me, this is me. When I be on some bullshit, y'all might be like, Dre, you know, this what you should have did this, that way, this and that. They don't have nobody to hold them accountable, to motivate them, to tell them that was fucked up or this, and that. They got a cheering squad.
Absolutely.
Everybody's saying, oh
yeah,
yeah, fuck it, let's go party. Nobody is telling them, nigga, fuck going to party. Nigga, take your ass to school and do this and do that. If you got somebody in 100% of agreement of your bullshit, them not your friends.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
I keep telling my brothers and them that. I keep telling my kids that if they not pushing you to become better, they not motivating you, them not your friends. That's not what a friend is. They're an enabler. That's what that is. So
Wow. That's a very interesting way of looking at it, Dre. I think you dead on. They got cheerleaders. They got people. Yeah, go ahead, fuck that. You can, but nobody's talking about the consequences behind that shit. If you don't want to go to school, if you don't want to go to work, if you don't anything that requires your effort, your time, it's going to pay off.
exactly.
If you're not willing to put in the work, I don't see how you expect to survive.
But that go back to what I asked both of y'all. Like, do y'all think this generation of children even think it's consequences?
So do you think we messed them up by us having a hard life and we struggled and our goals was to make our kids' life easier? We messed up making their life easier where they don't even see the struggle? Because I know for sure my kids, they don't know what it feel like to be hungry. They don't know no struggle at all. They don't know nothing about cutting no grass, shoveling snow, getting out there raking leaves just to make some money so they can have something to eat. They don't know that type of struggle.
Let me respond before you say something. You know what, boy? I don't think it's us doing for them and giving them more than what we had. You know what I think it is? I think it's them being raised in two separate households. And you got to realize, no matter what we got going on, whatever we say, the woman's not going to be 100% agreeing.
So are you saying that they just don't got no big moms no more? Like we had grandmas.
We don't have a big mom. Not only that, but in my opinion, my actions, I can't speak for like whatever your situation was where you and your child's mom not together. My actions led me to, okay, have a child here, not be with the mom. I wasn't ready to settle down and all that stuff. If normally a child succeeds more in life when they have two parents in the same house and they move in the same way and they pushing this child the same way. Once you got to realize once the mom and dad separate, now they in two separate households. They already going through some issues because their parents is not together. Period.
I was in an environment like that. My parents split up when I was young, but all of us turned out good.
So you don't think your parents split up affected you?
I do think that. But what I'm saying is that I don't think it was to the point where it showed me to go out here and be rebellious because they wasn't together, you know.
But the time is different now than it was back then.
Yeah.
So you add the breaking up of the household, and then you got the cheerleaders cheering you on and all this other bullshit. Is different now. Back then, even if you broke up, you still had your friends around the corner be like, oh, that'll be all right, I understand. And you know what I mean? We would grieve with each other. We would cheer each other on. We would do all the other stuff. Because even if you had to go around the corner, that was your friend. That was still like your sister, still like your brother. This shit is different now. You can't even show your feelings with a person now. Oh, my mom, they can't go to school crying talking about my mom and dad broke up. It's soft.
Or they had you on the internet. Somebody recorded you and put you on the internet.
All on the internet. You can't even. That's why a lot of people be talking about cyberbullying and all that. They not used to, like we used to jonesing, talking about, oh, you got holes in your shoes and them ain't real frosted flakes. We grew up already jonesing and talking about each other and joking. So that type of shit, it give you like a tougher skin. And then sometimes when somebody know they went too far, man, my bad, bro. You know what I mean? This generation is.
They don't even know how to apologize.
They ready to fight or shoot.
Yeah, everything is either up here or way down here. Right. It's no middle to nothing.
0 to 100.
They don't know how to talk things out. I mean, somebody can say this person said this about that person. They instantly defensive and ready to attack. Instead of saying, you know what, I see blood at the store sooner or later, and we go just have a conversation. Mm-hmm. They refuse to talk.
They ain't going to talk about seeing them later. They going to look for them.
Yep.
And then whatever they do, what they could do, go to jail. It always leads to the same way. But I don't know. I just feel like they need to wake up. The younger youth need to wake up. Not only the younger youth, our culture need to wake up. Black people need to wake up. We need to start, working together, trying to build some stuff together. Because otherwise, it's only going to get worse for us over the years. It's going to get more and more. It's going to get tighter for us as far as like, how did all the white people move out of Detroit? Left all these houses. We didn't buy them all up. We didn't do some shit together. They come back and they swiping these motherfuckers up. And we barely, it's 1 or 2 of us that might own 1, 2, 3 houses. And like the mass don't own shit. So that's the consequences. Now they come in, buy all this shit up and rent it back out to us higher than what you would, than what your mortgage would be.
Right.
Do you think most of the blame goes to the internet? Would everybody want instant gratification, instant to be famous instantly? They want everything right now today. Do you blame the internet for how things is going so far?
They play a part. I don't think it's just the internet. Yeah. It's your friends, it's your family, it's the internet. It's yourself.
TV. Look at all the stuff they put on TV. A lot of stuff that's on TV nowadays was not on there when we were young.
Right.
Yeah, crazy. They be having like little cartoons. They be kissing and raping all type of shit. If you really think about it, the shit was kind of like that when we was a kid too. If you think about Pepe Le Pew, that motherfucker was trying to take that pussy.
You remember that.
Pepe Le Pew, the skunk kept trying to take the cat.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. See what I'm saying? If you think about all type of stuff, man, shit is crazy, bro.
So what about even like, it be little kids showing their body and put it on the internet. See, I think things like that is a problem. I think it's so much power at the fingertips of children that shouldn't have that type of power because they don't know what they're doing. A kid will, do something to themselves and just shoot it on the internet. Once it's out there, it's out there.
That's because that's what they see on the internet, on TV. That's just like, I remember I was about 22, 23. We all had one down in Atlanta and stuff. And like, the LGBT, the gay stuff was like super at its height down there then. And it wasn't like that in Detroit at the time. I went down and I'm like, wow, they doing all this stuff, wearing heels and all this. And now it's the same way in Detroit. You got to look at like, it's on TV, it's on the radio. They got their own everything. They got their own flag.
They month.
You know what I mean? They got a month. It's just crazy how, like, not saying they can be all nationalities, but how all the gay people unite and all that. We can't even unite. It's just like, I don't know, man. They pushing it though, man. I used to love watching TV shows when, it can just be normal stuff, men and women kissing.
So you feel they pushing homosexuality?
That shit. You got to think, man, they always be talking about in Hollywood, you always got to do certain stuff to get a role. And then you got to think about the script writers. They writing all the gay movies and gay pictures and the gay TV shows. I can't tell you the last time I watched a TV show, it wasn't no lesbians or no gays in it.
Do you think all that's just a phase, or you think
Nah,
that's the new
not
world?
no phase. That's what they pushing on us, bro.
So
That's
you
what they
think that's
pushing on us.
you think that's what the future look like?
Yeah, it's actually it's gonna
Yeah,
be
now
that shit gonna be,
it's like the,
but
the
it's just gonna get
the
bigger.
norm.
It's gonna get bigger.
Cause you got like people 5, 6, 7 years old talking, son, I'm gay.
That's
Now-
because they don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah, but see the consequences behind that mean they was exposed or they seen something
That's what they
to
see
make
on
them
TV.
maybe. But now the consequences behind that is now they're entertaining the thought, and now what is going to be? What is that's going to look like in the future? What that's going to look like? I mean, what you think the gay community is going to look like 20 years from now? Yeah, so we was talking about the gay community, and we was trying to get an idea. Well, I was trying to get an idea. What would the gay community look like 20 years from now? Do you believe it's considered a consequence, or do you just think the world is revolving, or what do you think about it?
Think about it. Back they couldn't even put stuff on TV
HBO?
with nipples showing and shit.
Right.
Now you see niggas Johnsons, all type of crazy shit. So it's just like over the years, they done just lowered the, you know what I mean,
The
the
standards.
standards.
So do you think the consequences of them being looser on TV, all these different networks, what you think the consequences? Because right now you got kids now, 6, 7 years old, can tell you all about a penis, can tell you all about a vagina. They can tell you all about being gay. These kids here is shit. They know all the information is at the tip of their fingertips. So anything that they curious about, if they got a cell phone, they know.
But what makes them even turn their cell phone and look for that? They seeing
They done
other
seen
shit.
it.
Every time you go, just think, like we was talking about, like the Pepe Le Pew. Anytime you go watch a cartoon, a certain type of little stuff, you may not think it was like, you may think it was like, okay, for kids. There's always going to be some shit in there that's not going to be kid-friendly in reality. You see what I'm saying? So if you see this boy kissing a boy, and little Rico, all he got is boys over. He don't hang with the girls, and this is all he's seeing, boys kissing boys. Now, he wound up kissing one of the little boys and another little boy, and now they all thinking they gay because all they doing is reenacting shit they seeing on TV all the time. A lot of these people they not gay. They not born gay. This is what they pushing on you,
being
thinking
taught.
it's the norm.
Yeah.
Think about it. When we was kids, we saw a man kissing a woman and doing this and that. So once we got of age, we started kissing girls and shit. You see what I'm saying? All we was doing is reenacting shit we saw.
Right.
All they doing is reenacting shit they saw. So all these people, they got agendas. They pushing this shit on TV. And the consequences, you get more people thinking they gay. That's not really gay. They wind up becoming gay.
Yeah.
But just like what's the guy that they claim he killed himself in a cell? He was the guy touching people and fondling people and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey Epstein.
He probably was about to bring down 1 million other people. He might not even be dead. He might be on one of his islands. We would never know because we not in that tax bracket. But he mysteriously killed himself in his cell and all that. This guy's worth all these billions. Who the fuck about to kill himself? Think I'm about to get me an OJ dream team together, and you got it. If I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna kill myself after y'all find me guilty. Who kills themselves before they found guilty? You see what I'm saying? So it's an agenda they pushing, bro.
And when we was younger, it was gay people, but you didn't know it.
Yeah,
And it wasn't pushed on you.
It was in the closet.
Nah,
Because I remember we was in school, it might be one person you thought was gay, but you never seen.
He would never admit it.
Yeah,
Right.
and it was never no girls that I can remember when I was in school ever being gay. It might be 1 or 2 gay guys I can think about when I was in high school. You might see a guy that's pretty feminine,
But he never was holding
but he
hands on
never
her.
said, I like the same sex. It was almost like, your parents was against it. If your parents wouldn't dare let you have the same sex over in a romantic way, they just didn't tolerate that, boy or girl. But now I just think it's acceptable. I think the consequences behind it is misleading different cultures. Not just the black race. It's just a lot of people just being misled because, like you said, it's being exposed to them. Once you see something over and over again, you're curious about it.
Right.
You try it, you may like it, and you do it again and again, and now you got a label to yourself. You label yourself as being gay or homosexual or whatever, that language. I'm not really too familiar with the gay community, but you label yourself affiliated with the gay community because you may have tried it, you liked it, you do it over and over again. But if it was never exposed to you, your mind would never even look that way in the first place.
That's my thing. Let these kids make a choice. Let them live a normal life, and if they get of age and say, you know what, I'm gay, lesbian, whatever, and then that's what it is. Don't push it on them. Don't push no agenda and all that. You know what I mean? We got to go back to the core values. None of all this extra stuff on it. And then think about this. They got apps and TVs where you put the parental guidelines and all that bullshit on it. But it don't matter what the fuck you like, because PG-13 still gonna be a man kissing a man.
Yep.
So you can't, there's no such thing as a lock no more.
All right.
Every show you're gonna watch. I actually thought about this maybe about 2 years ago. Or maybe it probably was longer, whenever Empire was still out. It was a lot of shows going around at the same time. I say, man, every show I turn on is always a man and a man. So I don't know, man. The consequences is they, you know what I mean? They fucking us up as they making men not even be men no more. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna lie. I think about the stories I used to hear back in the day. You might got a guy that been to prison. You strong old manly guy. He might like men. This is what he do. But he's still represented like a man. He's still a crack your head and do all this gangster shit. These guys now that's gay, they be more feminine than the women. You touch a gay dude, oh, it be like, dog. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not trying to roast nobody or nothing, but if you're going to be gay, but still be a man. Don't be acting like if somebody touch you, they hurt you. You a man first. You see what I'm saying? So that's the part that I can't understand. Gay men being more sensitive than the women.
Well, shit, I have a bigger issue where if I had an issue, because I think, because we talking choices and consequences, when like these women have the rights to do certain things to men, the consequences is that they're going to be single parents. Mm-hmm. For instance, if a man can't even raise his voice at a woman, but she can call the police and say, well, he's talking to me in a threatening manner, or he's elevating his voice while we're arguing. The police coming, and they're going to tell him, you got to go, because we can't leave a situation
That's
here. So somebody, and it's usually the man, but you got to think, what does that do to the man? Because now he's thinking in his head, like, you know what, I can't go back to that. You know what I'm saying? So the consequences, once again, is now is a single parent raising the children, and they trying to figure something out where I don't even think most of the time, I think the laws have a lot to do with while you have single parents. I think it's orchestrated for things to go just the way it's going in all senses, even even if it's far as like, them pushing homosexuality, them pushing boy against girl, kids against kids, light skin against dark skin. All this is being pushed for separation.
Yeah.
And without separation, they know you don't have any unity. And how they benefit, I'm not quite sure. But it has to be an end game that they already got figured out.
That's the benefit. We not uniting. If we not uniting, they're gonna continuously to run this motherfucker.
Right.
Why you think they pushing separation? Because they want to keep this culture, this ethnicity with this ethnicity, and all that.
But why?
Because they want to listen. If this is the predominant race,
we allow it. That's why
we the predominant race, not us black people, but if they're the predominant race, and once you get to intermingling, once you get one drop of by their statement, one drop of black blood, now you're black.
right.
So now you're polluting their race. You see what I'm saying? So if you knock their race down from 90% to 40%, we're no longer the majority. We're not running this bitch no more. One thing for sure, they don't want us to unite. They don't want us to be in charge of this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So they set everything up for us. You got to think you read that shit. That's like the Willie Lynch syndrome and all that. All the shit they did back in the past, as far as like whooping us, beating us, having us snitch on each other and do all this bullshit, and we get rewarded. The welfare, the separation, all that shit. It's a result of us now not being able to work together, not fucking with each other. Oh, that motherfucker fat. Oh, they light skinned, and we just divided, man. So that shit, everything they did, that shit started 100 years ago, and it just got worse over time. And if you really think about it, you may hear one person, or white guy killed a few black people, or this Mexican killed a few black people. We killing more of each other than anybody else. And that comes from all the shit they did, all that shit they put in our head, all that us going against each other. The consequences is us doing repetitive behavior, still doing shit. We fighting over colors. We fighting over the way a person got their hat turned to the side, or you with this gang and all this and that.
So what you think about, because I think what hurt black people most right now is the music. I think the music is hurting us because every time I turn on the radio, look at the video, a guy calling a woman bitch, or he's belittling her in some way, or she's belittling him. She's telling him, you know what, he's only good for his money. I think the music plays a major part. And when you look deeper into the music, the people that run the music is not even black.
See, that's what I was about to say. It's not the music. It's the people that's behind everything. It's the puppet master, because they behind, like we was talking about the movies and the shows. They behind the men kissing and all that. They behind the radio stations. They behind the film. They behind everything. They pushing this shit to dumb us down. You don't hear them pushing nothing on the radio to uprise us, uplift us. Everything they pushing is to keep us dumbed down. You see what I'm saying? So we can stay not productive, stay working against each other and all that bullshit. So it's, but music play a part of it, but it's the puppet masters behind that shit. Just like we talked about learning shit in school. They teach you how to fill out checks and all that shit and live like a middle class or a poor motherfucker. They not in there trying to uplift us. They don't want us to be right across the street from them and all that other shit.
Okay, Dre, you was double promoted in school, so that make you a smart nigga, right?
No,
So
I guess.
when you was in school, you remember they used to have like they used to teach about sex education, all that type of stuff. All that been took out.
Economics, right?
Yep. So by them taking all that out, I believe all that was took out for a purpose.
See, it you know, it would sometimes it don't be for, you know what, I still can say it may be a purpose, because you got to think about, remember we used to go have the players allegiance to the flag every morning.
Right.
They stopped that shit too, but all it take is a few motherfuckers that complain. Oh, that ain't my religion. If once you get a group of motherfuckers that complain about anything you doing, they gonna stop the shit. All you need is enough. See what I'm saying? That's just like a motherfucker saying, oh, you don't have no shows with gay people on it. You get enough people subscribers, or a couple people talking shit. When Budweiser had put their cans, the LGBT colors, they shit dropped. Because all of them, you got probably a bunch of hillbillies and the other motherfuckers that ain't with that gay stuff. And they like, fuck that. We ain't drinking that shit no more. Our family been drinking this shit for 400 years or 200 years. And now they got the gay people as like, you know, they smashing them. And they sales
Oh,
drop.
so you think I remember that. So you think somebody had to sponsor that idea, or you think the beer company just tried something?
You know what? They probably thought it would be beneficial for them to do what they did, and it cost them. That's just like I'll give you another example. They came after Oprah Winfrey a long time ago. I don't know if y'all remember when she went on TV, like Oprah had a hell of a following her name. She was still on the show. She told motherfuckers, "Oh, I don't eat beef in the beef market." See what I'm saying? All they take is right.
And they tried to sue her behind that.
Yes. All they take is the right motherfucker or the right motherfuckers or enough motherfuckers to push an agenda or say something, and they going to change the game up, bro.
Yeah, I remember that. She said she don't eat beef no more.
And the market.
And that market damn near crashed.
Hell yeah.
They was losing money left and right. Yeah. Okay, y'all. You know, we're going to wrap up this episode. Choices and consequences. I hope it was educational for someone. We out.
Thanks. Peace.